October 7th was the largest hijacking of social media platforms by a terrorist organization. They terrorized an entire population in Israel, not only during October 7th, but in weeks following. This is something that is very unique to warfare now in the 21st century. You are going to sleep and waking up with what's going on right next to your phone in multiple platforms. And now think about a terrorist organization taking over those applications and speaking to you directly in your homes, in your beds. That is absolutely something that could affect Americans very directly. Hi, my name is Tal Ora-Cohen Montemayor. I'm the founder and CEO of Cyberwell. Cyberwell is the first ever open database of online anti-Semitic content. What we do is we monitor the 5 major social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube, for anti-Semitic content in both English and Arabic. And we put that out in the world for the world to see. And what we do for the social media platforms is we actually create high-level compliance alerts, really unpacking how anti-Semitism is acting and spreading on their platforms so that they can reduce the presence of Jew hatred at scale. Once this catalyst happened, this horrible, vicious anti-Semitic terror attack on October 7th, it actually acted as a catalyst for an outpouring of Jew hatred across the world. We saw that anti-Semitic content online across the board went up by about 86%, so nearly doubling, with the largest increase in anti-Semitic content actually being on Facebook, an increase of 193%, so almost a tripling in that data. And what's really alarming is that we saw a very clear shift in the nature of the anti-Semitic content online, becoming much more violent and pronounced. So just as an example, in our Arabic data set, which is content that's highly likely to be anti-Semitic in Arabic, spreading across not only the Middle East, but also Europe and even the United States. 62% of that content was consistent with calling for the harming or killing of Jews physically. So very violent content. Across the board, all social media platforms were caught by surprise at the level of outpouring of anti-Jewish hatred and also violent graphic content. The psychological warfare with social media is still happening today. Hamas is still doing things like threatening to or already going ahead and releasing footage of hostages, making statements under duress, and then showing their bodies or even torture videos. These things are still happening online and in the digital spaces. An increase in online anti-Semitism absolutely means a higher risk, and actually you've seen this already in the United States, of violent anti-Semitic attacks that have already resulted in death. The ADL reported a 300% increase in anti-Semitic incidents following the October 7th events. And all of this hostility, anti-Semitism, absolutely will result in increased anti-Semitic crime in the United States. But when we think about the role that social media is playing, because here you're seeing the intersection of anti-Semitism and radical ideology, radical Islamic ideology, and pro-terror content online, that absolutely poses a risk to any Western democracy, including the United States of America.